Hey guys, thanks for the support and the viewing of my other video. I wanted to make another one real quick just to show you guys a bunch of different things. Obviously the good so far what I've seen, which are the little quirks of the truck, and the good things and some of the bad things and all. So it's right now it's about 11 degrees out. The truck's been sitting, so we're going to start the truck. And there you go, no problem. So I was reading through the manual and a bunch of other things, and what they're saying is with this new diesel engine, the way it's designed and all, you're not supposed to plug it in until it reaches minus, they're saying between minus 14 Fahrenheit and minus 20 Fahrenheit. So in these type of weather that we're having kind of in the middle of the north, you know, New Jersey, New York, all the way down south, we're not going to need to really plug these things in, especially with the warmer weather we've been having. So if you do end up opting for the block heater, which this one did not come with, if you open up the hood right here, right down here, you're going to see the battery and you're going to see the firewall. It'll be zip tied with a red end right here. So I'll pop the hood, I'll show you the location. So if you do get it with the block heater, what you're going to be looking at is basically right in this area here, right next to the battery. This is your battery here. You're going to be looking right down in this area. Now, from what they were saying, you're going to see it zip tied in place. It's going to have a little red cap on it. That's where it's going to be. So make sure you, once you get the truck, cut the zip tie, run it, and put it out somewhere where you don't have to constantly open the hood, somewhere around here or down below, and then keep the cap on it so that it doesn't get corroded on you. So basically I wanted to go over a couple of different things on this truck, and one of them is basically like the seat. This isn't the fully loaded version. So basically what you have is you have a power seat right here. So you can go back, forward, your lumbar, but now you have a mechanical lever to lay your seat back. Now the thing I found with this truck is it does have a weird quirk to it. Instead of the seat actually going down and up level, the back basically goes up. So as it goes down, only the back raises and lowers. So as you go down, the seat will actually pivot down like this or up like this. So you're not really going up and down like this. And that tends to be a pain, because if you like to sit low, the seat's gonna sit like this, and then when you tilt the seat back, you're gonna be way back. So that's a little strange. I don't know why they did that. The other thing too is it happened to me twice. I had the seat actually set, did the remote start, I don't know if that's what did it or whatever, got in the truck, the seat actually had moved. That happened to me twice so far in 600 miles. So be aware of that. I don't know, maybe I hit one of the buttons or what have you, but the seat was not in the location where I had left it. So that was one weird quirk that I came up with. The other one is when I'm driving, and this doesn't happen all the time, but right as far as I can gather on both sides, right in this location somewhere on the fenders, inside the fenders, or maybe the wheel well, I get this weird noise of almost like if the sheet metal's loose and it's clacking, clack, 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 clack on both sides. So that is one thing that I'm going to keep my eye on, and if it keeps getting worse and worse, I'll have to take it to the dealer and have them see what is loose, or if it's maybe some type of defect in the sheet metal or something. So that's another little thing that I found with this truck. The radio. This is an interesting one. It's really not super bad, but it gets to be annoying after a while. Like I said in my other video, the radio it's awesome. The radio is definitely awesome. So generally what I'll do is I'll have it like this. I'll have it on XM radio most of the time. And I'll shut the truck off with it like this. And what'll happen is I'll come into the truck, and basically what I'll find is the radio will actually be like this. Now sometimes it will still be playing the radio. It will still be playing the radio, but sometimes when I get in, it'll be either on FM, AM, or something like that, and it'll be basically here at the home screen. So I have to get in, do this, put it back onto the station I was listening to or whatever, and that tends to be a little bit of an annoyance. But as long as the radio keeps working, I'm happy, because I've had a vehicle where the radio would actually like short out. It would cut off once in a while, so that's not a great thing. The other thing too is the reverse camera. It works very well. The only thing that I noticed is when you start going forward, that stays on for quite a while, and you'll be driving and driving, and then it'll finally turn off, and meanwhile you're like, okay, where's my radio? I need to change station. So that's kind of another annoyance, but you can live with it. I mean, if that's the only problem you have with the radio, so be it. Then the other little tidbit is basically, which seems to happen with a lot of the radios, when you're pairing up to Bluetooth automatically, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So then you have to either go into your phone or the radio and pair it manually. You know, that's kind of annoying. But other than that, those are the only problems so far with the radio that I've been having. Other than that, like I said in my other video, the Bose radio is absolutely amazing. So I don't know if they showed in other videos, but you have two buttons over here, two more down here behind the steering wheel, and that's basically setting. You can do your different radio stations on those, and then your volume, high and low, is on the other side, kind of in the back here. Let me see if I get a shot of that. There they are, right there. These two buttons. So that's basically what you'll find up here. You'll be, when you're playing around with it, you'll see what's on, and that's pretty much as far as the radio goes. I wrote some things down so I don't forget. Let's see. All right. So if you're buying this for a family vehicle, let me show you what you'll be, or at least I should say your kids will be dealing with, or if you have a baby seat like I do. I found out the hard way that this doesn't have as much room as a Dodge Dakota, because that's the truck that I did have previously to this. So what you have is, this is your leg room, basically. That's it. And I'm not really a tall person. That's it. That's your leg room, and basically your seat from the car seat over. That's your leg room. So this is not exactly the largest back, and to be quite honest with you, this is much narrower than my Dakota was. But for me, it works pretty good for now. my baby fits in the car seat fine, I'll eventually shift her over, and then I'll actually gain access, because there is cubbies and different things up underneath the seats that they lift up, and this also will drop down, and it's a split. So if you're looking for a lot of room, this isn't the vehicle to choose, because like I said, there's really nothing back here, especially if you're a 6 foot, 6'2", 6'3". I'm only 5'10", so, and you know, there's not much room here. So you don't have any pockets in the back. This seat has a pocket right here. So, oh, that's the other thing too. If you're like me and you love the pockets in the doors, these are absolutely worthless. These do nothing. This is one of the things I was really upset about, believe it or not, because I love to throw all of my crap in the door panels. My Dodge had it, my Ford had it. These are worthless. You try to throw something in here, there's a little lip right here, and it gets stuck. This, you could barely get your hand in here to actually get something in here. And then if I could zoom in on there, this is tiny. It's a little tiny pocket. You can't even if you put change in here, you can't get it out because there's a lip. This whole thing has a lip on it. So even if you try to, there's a lip right here. You can't get it out. This cup holder, you might be able to use it, but it's on a massive angle. You can't really tell in the video, but this is on a, basically your cup will be sitting on an angle like this. So it's worthless. All these little things are worthless unless you stick something in there and you're gonna forget about it. So, oh, and that back window, tiny. And it's not really the car seat that's blocking it, believe it or not, because right here, that's the top of the seat right there. So you literally only have that much room you're working with to see out the back window. That I was really surprised about, because in my Dodge I had a decent view, and because of the way the back door, you could see it right there, the back door sweeps up, and then you have this huge rear pillar that tends to be a little bit of a blind spot. And then you have the two huge headrests in the back, so you have two more blind spots there. So just be aware of that also. And then this is a look from the outside. You could see just how much the back, it actually juts up like that. It swings up, and which is kind of strange, because if they would have left the body line straight, it would have been even with the bed, and you would have gained extra viewing for the blind spot right there. And you can see just how small the window is. It's very small. Okay. So those are a couple of the different cons, I guess you want to say. The other one too is, which I mentioned in my other video, I did the delete. But if you're like me, you don't like auto headlights and you don't like daytime running lights, and in, I guess, New Jersey or parts of America I've been to, daytime running lights are not the law. You don't have to have them. And if you're like me, I think they're annoying. I think they're ugly. You have these dingy gray, yellow lights that are running the whole time, and it looks like you have a faulty ground or something. It just looks unsightly to me. So when you go and you get your new vehicle, it's going to be like this. When you go to shut them off, it's spring loaded, so you'll shut them off, but then this will spring right back to auto. You turn the truck off, turn the truck back on, your daytime running lights are on again, and your auto's back on again. So there is a video online. I'm not going to steal the video from the guy. He already has it. I'll let you find it. There's a way to pop this out. There's a little tiny spring. You pop the spring out and you're back to manual. It's a real simple process. I did it. I know a lot of people, especially in Europe and Australia, they like it. You know, if it's the law, that's great. But around here, we don't need it. It's bright out. I don't very rarely drive at night anyway, so I don't really need it. So that was the other thing that I deleted on that. So let's see. Okay, I want to talk about the DPF, which is the diesel particulate filter. Basically, a lot of people are freaking out about this thing, and like I said, I've only had this thing for 700 miles now. I just rolled 700. So basically, their big thing with this is it gets clogged, it it's killing the horsepower of the vehicle, all this nonsense. And I'm not a tree hugger, but I would like to breathe air, not like China and these other countries. I think India is another one. They're actually wearing face masks because the smog, the pollution is so bad over there, they can't breathe. So, no, I'm not a tree hugger, but I would love to breathe clean air. And I'm sure you guys would too. So, basically, what this thing does is it filters the air out, and it doesn't have black smoke and the smell and all this shit coming out of the tailpipe. So, this is not it. This is basically just like a tip, an exhaust tip. It sucks cool air in through here, mixes with the extremely hot gas, and then it just cools it out. Because when this is regenerating itself, it could get extremely hot, and they do not want anybody getting burned. So basically what you're coming out of the tailpipe with is basically what you can see here, if you can see it. It's water and just basically nothing. It's really nothing. So basically, if you have a detached garage and you want to, leave it in there with the door open and start the truck and let it warm up, you certainly can. You don't have the black smoke, you don't have the smell, nothing comes out of there. No smell, no smoke. It's great. It's just like having a gas engine. And then the other thing I found out recently, believe it or not, it did spike to about 70 around here the other day, is I had the windows open, I got stuck in traffic. There was no smell, no smoke to deal with. It was very pleasant compared to my F350 I had. So let's see if we can find this big giant thing. So this is the filter, the particulate filter. This is what everybody wants to delete, and it's all, from what everybody's saying, they did lots of studies, it's only taken away like maybe 1 to 2 horsepower. It's not enough to really mess with this. But like I said, I'll keep you guys up to date on how this works out, if it gets clogged or whatever, and how long the DEF lasts me. And if it lasts me, thousands of miles or 1,500 miles or whatever, then it's not worth bothering taking this out. I'll just go to, maybe eventually I'll go to Duramax tuners, I believe.com, and get their tuner and do the 25 or 50 horsepower gain, and that's about it, and just leave this well enough alone. So that's it for now. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, ask me questions, comments, or whatever, and I'll see you on the next video.